not different. Or you could say ancillary, you could say dental products out there. So I'm gonna start with a little bit of the overview. We do things a little different. What I mean by that is we put a lot of emphasis on product development, iterating on products we currently have. And right now, like we're developing some senior products like hospital indemnity, critical illness, cancer, and some other things to have for you all in the next, hopefully mid 2026 before next AEP. So we have a whole product development team that's constantly working on that, and then we also invest heavily in taking care of your clients and you as the writing agents. So when I say we do things differently, we partner with some very, very well-known carriers. So we're not technically considered a carrier. We're more of a program manager where we go out and build custom products with other carriers, right? Such as MetLife for dental, VSP for our custom vision plan, and then Zurich for our accident medical expense, which pairs very, very well with ACA products. So when I mean that we partner with MetLife for dental, for example, they are the network. So they're the largest group network in dental insurance, period. So they already have that infrastructure there, and then they also process claims. So we're not going to a TPA or some third-party company and that doesn't do their job well. MetLife's been doing this for a long time, and they're very good at it. And then VSP, the same thing. We use their network. We use their brand name because it's well-known and reputable around the country. And then we do everything else. So NCD, you'll see the fulfillment from us, your member ID cards. You'll see commissions coming from us. Licensing, contracting information comes from us. Marketing, all those other things that surround a typical carrier is what you'll see from NCD. Now, this is always my favorite highlight. I don't care how many dental plans there are out there. There's probably 100,000. Some last 6 months, some last 100 years, right? But what we do better than anybody else, and I can say this transparently, is our service. All right, there's not another ancillary carrier, Medicare Advantage carrier, MedSup, ACA product that does service better than us. That has been, since we rebuilt the company, that has been our main focus, because the days of AI voicemails or answering machines, it takes an hour to get a hold of a real person. We're a little old school in that way, right? We think you should be talking, especially a Medicare client, talking to a real person to get answers in a quick fashion. Or what are they going to do, guys? They're going to call in and they're going to cancel their policy. They're going to get frustrated with you, all those other things that surround that. So service is first and foremost. Anytime a client calls in to our call center based out of Dallas, Texas, with real humans that are also bilingual, which helps, they're going to get a real person on the line in under 30 seconds. They're going to get a real email back with first-time resolution in under an hour. And that is every single time all year long. All right, they're typically open from 8:30 to 5:30 Central. And if you don't get a hold of them because it's after hours, they're going to give you my cell phone. And you can call and bug me. I'm happy to do that. So that's the member side. Whenever a client enrolls, not only do they get their electronic and physical ID cards within typically 72 hours, but they're also going to get a welcome call from our concierge team. All right, what they're doing. No, they're not trying to switch AOR or cross-sell them on a life insurance plan, take them away from you. None of them are licensed agents. They're solely calling to say, hey, Ken, I see that you enrolled in X, Y, and Z dental plan. Do you have an in-network provider? Do you have a dentist at all? Can we help you find one? Can we help you schedule your first cleaning? They're there to solely, one, help with retention, and two, help with the client actually utilizing the product. All right, because if we sell all these products and nobody actually uses them, then our loss ratios look way weird, and the client's going to call in and cancel because they're not seeing the value in what they're paying for. So long-winded way of saying we're the #1 rated insurance company on Google. We have over 7,200 5-star reviews from real people, not robots, but agents that I work with and clients that our agents work with. Same thing for agent support. That's the first line of defense. You call in, they can answer any of your sales questions, any contracting questions, things like that, very quickly and get back to you very quickly. Now, when we talk about dental, I know that's probably the most one you're most interested in today, so we'll cover that first. But our dental plans are very straightforward. They're built to be utilized and utilized well. So in general, before we get into the specifics, all of our products are available for individuals, member and spouse, member plus family, or family enrollments as well. So really any type of situation, as long as the primary policyholder is 18 or older, then we're happy to have them. All right, there is no age banding, so an ACA client is not going to pay more or less than a Medicare client. I don't care if they're 18 or 108, they're going to pay the same premium. It's all based off zip code. All right, so when you go to your enrollment portal and you quote somebody, the only price change you're going to see by a few dollars is based on if they're in Chicago or if they're in rural Virginia. All right, so those do change a little bit. There is no upper age limit either. A lot of dental plans will cap you out at, say 85 or whatever that looks like, but we're happy to have them as long as they can afford the premium. I briefly touched on network. We're going to get into this more later, so I won't waste a lot of time, but just so you know, it is branded MetLife. If you talk to a dentist, ask if they have the MetLife network. They're going to know that name a lot easier. It's a lot more reputable than NCD. All right, they've been around a lot longer. But we do have very easy provider lookup tools and things like that that will show. But in general as well, all guaranteed issue plans across the board, dental, vision, and accident, but they all come with an association benefit as well. This is a big hit for the ACA producers and really any type of producer, but mainly for ACA because it's a full wraparound service. So anytime I enroll in a dental plan, for this instance, you're going to have access to telemedicine, which is through Dial Care. So it's unlimited telemedicine, $0 copay. You have roadside assistance, different hearing aid discounts for seniors. You have all pet insurance, you name it. There's a lot of extra benefits that are tacked on and embedded in the products that you're enrolling clients into. And we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a bit too. I would say we have a lot of options for dental, as you can see, 8 different options, kind of ranging from that $1,000 all the way up to $10,000 in annual maximum. All right, so we kind of have a situation or a product for everybody's situation. Whether you're, a 21-year-old ACA client that can't afford $80 a month for dental, or you're that senior that needs implants, crowns, and root canals tomorrow, and you need a high annual max for that coverage. We kind of have something for everyone. You can see we have a very large national footprint. We have a product in every state except for Washington. All right, so Cedric, I don't think anybody's licensed in Washington, but that would be the only state that you can enroll a client into. Anywhere in dark blue, which is the vast majority of the country, we have every single product for dental and vision. Accidents a little different for availability, but for example, Illinois and Pennsylvania, Virginia, we have all of our products. Now, I will just keep this very transparent, so I'm not boring you to death with every single detail, certificate of insurance for every product, but I'll tell you what sells, all right? You're probably not going to sell much of the value $750. It's the only product with a waiting period. Doesn't transfer well to clients' ears. The 2 most popular products by far are the Essentials and Complete. All right, so the 2 10,000 annual max sell like hotcakes, right? A few reasons. One, the annual max for the Complete is the highest that there is in the industry. And 2, the $2,000 Essentials is really what a lot of clients are used to with group coverage, group dental plans, even Medicare embedded coverage. It's typically anywhere from that $2,000 to $4,000 annual max. So it's normal to clients, right? When they're coming from one of those coverages. If you're selling, which you're selling other dental plans right now, 2000 is a pretty typical coverage. Now, where these products stand out is one, they both cover 3 cleanings and 3 exams per year versus the usual 2 and 2. So you get more coverage, which is more common than you would think. And then basic services, which cover things like your simple extractions, your deep cleaning maintenance, fillings, things like that are covered at 65% year 1, and then they ramp up to 90% in year 3. So your clients are also investing into their dental coverage. They're going to get more and more coverage over time. And then for major services, things like crowns, root canals, implants, etc., those are going to be covered at a graded benefit as well, 10 year 1, 50 year 2, 60 year 3. Now, I know there was a mention of implants. We do cover implants better than a lot of other plans out there. Specifically, the complete plan, the 10,000, covers implants day 1 at $3,000 per calendar year. All right, so if you've sold Medicare Advantage before, you know a lot of those embedded dental plans may cover implants, but more so at maybe $1,000 for a lifetime of the product. All right, so it's a little different on how we operate there as well. In addition to, we do have a $100 lifetime deductible on the complete plan, which is really good. That's also considered a vanishing deductible, right? So they never have to worry about that after they pay it up front. For elite plans, they are more of a traditional style dental plan. I would say where you're going to see benefit for these is one, if they want something in between $2,000 and $10,000 at a different price point, this is a good fit. And it's also if they want family coverage. I would say these are the best for families. All right, you can see the annual maxes are all the same and all the same coverage across the 3 products, just the different annual maxes. For the reason why I say these are great for families is you can see for an individual, the deductible is $50 per calendar year. For a family, that's $150. Seal is a max that they'll have to pay. So if I have a family of 10 on an NCD plan, I'm still only paying $150 for that year. All right, not per person, which is really nice for those families. For preventative, we cover a little less, so 2 cleanings and 2 exams per year, which is the average. And then for basic services, we cover 80% day 1. So when you go to price the different products, you're going to see Elite can be, a few dollars higher in cost. That's because we cover 80% off the bat. And for major, we cover 10% year 1 and 50% for the remainder of the years. So very more of a traditional style plan, super easy to quote, super easy to explain. Any questions so far? I'm talking a lot. Cool. Dental, super fun. And then lastly, for Bright, you have 2 of the lower cost plans, so $1,000, $1,500. These are really for budget conscious clients. And you'll see there that the co-insurance are self-explanatory. They're a little lower than most of the other dental plans, but they still pack a punch, and you still have some coverage day 1 on all services. So that's the dental, guys. It's very straightforward, very very high-end products, some on the lower end, but still have some coverage there.
So it seems like the elite may be the most popular, but really that the first one, the 10K was like the best one to offer. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I would say as far as popularity goes, the 10K is the most popular. The elite plans are definitely in second place just because of how we cover families. It's very, very exclusive, I would say, for that sense.
Okay.
But I would say, yeah, I would definitely say start with the 10K complete. One, it's a great recruiting tool. And for clients, they're going to say, you have what available? And then that starts the conversation for life insurance. Hey, I have exclusive contracts. Like in my mind, that's how I leverage that. Even if you don't sell the product, right? It's a good kind of um, incentive for the clients to talk to you about other things.
Okay.
But hey, Cedric, give me 1 second, my friend. I think somebody's knocking on my door.
Yeah.
Let's see who.
Uber guy. So I know we got some others, but this having this one in your portfolio is pretty good. I don't know what y'all have in y'all areas, but that kind of opens up the door a little bit more to have more to offer. This is
I like um I like the fact that as the years go by, they cover more. So it looks like, year one, year two, and then the one plan he showed us went to year three. And so I guess the premium stays the same, I hope, but it
Mhm.
seems like you cover more.
I saw it go up. I'm glad you said that. I didn't say anything, but I was looking at I saw it went to like something 90%. It was just increasing. So I guess the longer that you have it, um, to get into that major medical phase, they want you to hang on to the plan a little bit longer. So
Sorry about that, guys.
just remember that I'm still coming in and wrapping my head around this concept. So it's starting to make sense.
All right, cool. It was the groceries that I forgot I was having delivered.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Cool. So those are the dental plans. These are some of the benefits that come embedded into our products. It is going to be tiered. So if you're selling the 10,000 complete plan, you're going to get more of those non-insurance benefits that come with it. All right, like Dial Care, which is the telemedicine, hearing aid discounts. We have pet insurance with Spot and MetLife, just travel discounts, other things like that. The clients may or may not use, but again, it's something to be able to sweeten the deal um, with them. So I won't get too into every single benefit, but I'll send you guys the link to look through which product has what. As I mentioned, it's not an additional process for the association benefits. It's already factored into the entire application process and all the fulfillment. So it's not like a separate application or something that the client's going to have to chase down like AARP for MedSup, those types of things. It's very straightforward. I started to touch on the dental network, but I would say that it is the number one network in the industry for negotiated rates. So like Cedric and I were talking yesterday, whenever you look at dental networks, you're going to see some that have 100,000 access points, some that are very small and maybe regional or HMOs, but these are all PPOs. And typically, PPO dental plans will have a negotiated rate if you go in network. It's an incentive, right? The provider has a contract with the carrier that says, hey, if clients come to me with your insurance, I have to give them a negotiated rate of say 3 to 20% on average. So if you come in, you get a crown, I have to give you 20% off that crown, and then your co-insurance applies or the insurance pays out. MetLife is the highest negotiated rate in dental insurance, up to 50% off. All right, and I'll show you a math here in a second, but that really does mean a lot, especially when it comes to maybe year one coverage where you only have 10% for major. Having that extra discount is going to help your client save money. It's also recognizable, like I mentioned, MetLife's a huge name, especially in the Northeast, and they typically turn around claims within 24 hours. It's a very efficient process. Here's that math, just using a quick example. If your client's in year two of coverage on the $10,000 plan and they've satisfied their deductible, they need a crown. All right. In network, we have what's called a maximal allowable charge. So if you come into Cedric's dentist office on one side of the street and you have Ken's dentist office on the other side. Cedric's is in network, Ken's is not. Right? You go in network, $1,000 crown because that's a max that he can charge per their contract. And then you have that negotiated rate that kicks in at 50%. And then the plan will pay out 50% co-insurance, so even more off the bill. The client's going to pay $250 for a $1,000 bill. All right. Out of network, you can see you just don't get that negotiated rate. And we're only going to pay the same that we would in network. So frankly, between us on this call, I definitely don't recommend somebody going out of network. They're going to pay a lot more, and they're likely going to get balance billed for the remainder and then have to pay that out of pocket. So that's why I definitely harp on the network. I'll send this to you, but kind of what we covered. If you need major work done, always go with the higher annual maximum. You can downgrade at a later time without penalty. If you need care for the whole family, the elite plans have that max deductible $150. For budget conscious, we have the bright plans, which are low cost, easy to sell. And then if anything comes up about implants, I would just go straight to the complete $10,000 plan. So again, I'll send these slides to you guys so you don't have to memorize all this. For your VSP, your vision plan, we only have one. Very straightforward. This is, hey, would you like fries with that? All right, this plan is so easy to sell because it's straightforward and it packs a punch when you compare it to other vision plans in the market. A few things I want to point out. One is we have up to $220 covered in frame allowance. We have exams covered at a $20 copay. You have $150 per year towards contacts. I think the biggest, most utilized benefit that we see is the progressive lenses upgrade. All right, so if any of you have had clients that have progressive lenses, you know those can be typically $175, $200 or more dollars. We'll cover that at a $50 copay. So that's dental and vision. I'll pause for a second. Accidents, super straightforward, easy to cover, but I don't know if anybody has any questions on the dental.
The vision is separate, or is it an add-on to the dental? Is it or can someone just purchase vision?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you the application here in a second. You can do dental only, vision only, accident only. You can do a mix of those, really whatever that you want to enroll into. Because we don't have a true dental vision hearing plan. Those are typically more of like a discount product. They're all standalone.
Okay, Ken, I was just about to ask to make sure that it wasn't like a rider on a dental plan. So this is a complete standalone.
Yeah, this is real insurance, not just like a bundle that you're not going to be able to use. Absolutely. We've thought about a DVH, but honestly, we don't want to get into that very low cost market. That's just a lot of churn and burn. Our retention rates are, right now, the $10,000 complete plan, the average client stays on for 31 months. That's pretty good for a dental product. Cool. Now, when you're talking about accident, these products, again, are only for under 65, so they have to be 18 to 64. We do have family plans or individual member and spouse, member plus children, just like dental and vision. But if you quote a senior in the platform, this won't even show up. All right, so only for under 65. It is guaranteed issue. It's not simplified issue. There's no health questions or anything that comes with it. It's truly what it looks like. All right. First dollar coverage, we cut a check to the client. This is related to any accident. So if you were, Ken, to go out in the snow today, slip and fall and sprain your ankle or something, you go to urgent care, the doctor. It doesn't have to be a hospital because this is not a hospital indemnity plan. Whatever that looks like, and you say, hey, it cost me $1,000 to get everything done that I needed, the tests, the x-rays, whatever. You send that bill into NCD and we're going to cut you a check for $1,000. All right. So that is truly how this product works. There are no networks. There is no coordination of benefits with your health insurance plan. There are no waiting periods, and there's no deductible. So it's truly, hey, we're going to pay you out for whatever EOB you send into NCD that's related to an accident. All right, so they don't even have to have health insurance to buy this product. It's very straightforward. Now, a big thing is what is an accident? That's kind of can be a gray area when you get to some things, but your typical things, anything that's a sudden accidental occurrence, right? I fall in the snow, hurt my leg, I am riding a bike on the beach and I blow my back out, whatever you would, children's sports, if they get hurt on the football field, those types of things would be covered. Things that happen over time, like degenerative disc disease, some of those other things will not be covered. All right, so there's a lot of fine line there, but I would say just err on the side of caution. If your client's saying, hey, I am going competitive base jumping twice a month, what happens if I hit a tree on the way down? Those things would not be covered because they're considered extreme sports. All right. This is where we are at today. You can see, like I said, Virginia and Illinois are both covered, but anywhere in orange, we have accident right now. This has only been around since August, so there are a lot of states that we're refiling in, as well as you add more health insurance licenses. Kind of went over that already. The product itself is very, very straightforward, and we have different options. So as you guys know, since health insurance deductibles are rising and premiums are rising at an insane pace, we have all the way up to $15,000 in coverage, right? And that is a per accident benefit bank. So if Cedric it decides to be clumsy and he goes and busts his ankle today, and then in 3 months he breaks his elbow or whatever it is, he's gonna,
And
if we pay.
I'm not leaving the house right now. I gotta stay in.
I know. None of us can leave the house right now, I don't think. I'm the clumsy one, man. I'm just turning it over to you. But yeah, this is a per accident thing. So if he gets hurt, say he has the $5,000 AME product, the costs are $2,000. We pay that out, and that $5,000 resets. All right. Most accident plans that are built like this, you're going to see, is a yearly benefit. So that's kind of where we stand out, and it's a good selling point to your client, especially if they have a family. As I mentioned, no deductible, no waiting periods. Emergency transportation benefit is what you would consider a rider, Cedric, right? You also have, if you were to take an ambulance to the hospital, we have additional payout towards that. Same thing with emergency treatment, and then an AD&D or accidental death and dismemberment added benefit.
Question.
Yeah.
How, as you're going through it, in my mind, I'm processing hospital indemnity, right?
Yeah.
So is this kind of, it's not the same, but it almost sounds that way.
Sure, yeah. Hospital indemnity is super popular, right? Especially in Medicare. But you could consider it in that family of product. However, you do not have to be hospitalized for this to pay out. And it's not a daily payout like hospital indemnity. It is or a fixed payout. It is depending on what charges the client had to pay. So they're going to get everything done, et cetera, and then they're going to submit the bill to us for reimbursement, if that helps.
It does.
So yeah, same, but not same.
It does. And then, silly question, I'm just asking for the people on the back.
Yeah.
I hate asking. That's money that's paid to pay the bill. That's not money that's paid to me as the client.
No, it is paid to you directly.
Okay.
So you don't, I mean, if you use it to to buy a sports car, like do what you want to do. But that's what it's designed for. Is we actually cut the check directly to the client. So yeah, they can deposit it and do whatever. Hopefully they don't go into medical debt, but you know what I'm getting at.
So you're
Or
saying
bankruptcy.
Premiums.
What's that?
What are the premiums?
Yeah, premiums are gonna be anywhere from 28 to 48 for an individual. Let me pull that back up. So you can see for individual $5,000 plan, that's 28 a month. If you combine with dental, we give you a $3 discount for the accident. So really as low as $25 a month. And as you guys probably know in your markets, most of those deductibles, high deductible ACA plans, are going to be around that range, 5 to 7,500. So yeah, what is not shocking, but I was a little surprised about is all of our accident sales. I think it was 88% of them have been either the $10,000 or $15,000 benefit. So clients want to buy high-end stuff, especially to make sure they don't come out of pocket and go into bankruptcy for that accident. But here's the pricing with the $3 discount, so as low as $25 a month.
Does this cover somebody if they had an accident? Let's say they took a cruise and they had an accident on a cruise ship.
So as long as they're in the continental United States.
Okay.
We don't cover international accidents or things like that. There are I think, I don't know, there's a few travel insurance products out there that are pretty low cost that I've looked at before with some different companies, but yeah, we won't cover out of country stuff. Good question though. We get that pretty often. But yeah, that's pretty much the products, guys. I mean, I know that was a lot of information, but definitely happy to recap anything. When you get contracted, you'll see that your enrollment portal is very cut and dry. It's basically all we ask for is the person's basic info, zip code they live in, and date of birth, and everything is a very quick guaranteed issue application. You'll get notified when you make a sale, even if somebody goes in on your Facebook or email and enrolls himself. You know, you're going to get money in your sleep because it's an easy process.
How do we find it's just because I'm new and I haven't had a chance to play around it, but thanks for saying that because I was unaware that I have kind of like the self-enrollment link.
Yeah.
So where is that for maybe some that haven't seen it?
Yeah, I can, Cedric, you want me to put yours in the agencies in the chat, or you just want me to share it on the screen?
We share it on screen also, I ain't got my
cool.
social security number.
I got your bank account. I'll post that too.
No, man. It's like $8 in it.
$8. I get you.
I'm trying to go on that cruise that Ken's always on, him and his wife.
That's why he's asking for himself, huh?
Oh yeah.
I've never been on a cruise, man.
Okay. Look, we gonna talk after this. Y'all
go.
know what I'm gonna say.
I've done a lot of international travel, as I'm sure you know that, Cedric, but I just haven't been on a convenient cruise before. So
I guess if we hurt ourselves on a cruise or something, we just gonna wait. We just gonna have to hold that ankle until we get back to the.
I didn't hear anything.
Beach.
I didn't hear nothing. Cool. So with the enrollment portal, this is straightforward. You can see Cedric's info at the top. So if he had this posted somewhere on social media or whatever it may be, he can know that when his client clicks on it, they're enrolling with him. All right.
So once we enroll, we get our own email link or link and they'll go land right on our page and then put the information in themselves.
Absolutely. You can do it for them. I mean, you can do it over the phone or they can do it themselves. But I'd say most enrollments come through the client actually doing it themselves. But yeah, you just have to get contracted. Typically takes what, Cedric, probably 24 hours from when you submitted it to when you're ready. So it's a very easy, quick process. Cool. I'm gonna run through this real quick, and I'm gonna jump in 3 minutes. Time's flying, but you can see all we ask for is zip code, date of birth. Date of birth, that'll filter out any products that aren't available. Effective date's always the first upcoming month, up to a month out. I'm just going to enroll myself as a member. Said they want to go into dental and accident. You can see here we have the 10K complete plan at 88 bucks a month and things as low as 32 a month. So about a $50+ gap there. So really something for everybody's budget. I'm going to add to the cart. Here's our accident plans. I'm going to do a $10,000 accident. Here you can send a quote to a client. All right, so they say, hey, I'm not ready to buy right now, but I'll look at it later tonight. You can email it to them, you can text it to them, and then CC yourself so you know that that was sent. Begin application. Let's see here. You can see that.
This right on Jamaica Lane.
What's that?
Say this right on Jamaica, like, yep, I want them to do it all.
Yeah, she popped up when she found that out. No. All right, so you see here, we don't ask for a social, we don't ask for an I-10, no medical questions or any of that. It's all the basic info. Here's your pricing breakdown. We do take ACH or any type of credit card out there, including American Express.
And they don't need to be you say they don't need to be a citizen?
No. As long as they can afford the premium and they have a US address to put on the application. Cool. And then a billing date is going to be, you can move that around as long as it's before, of course, their effective date. Go to agreements. If you're doing accident, that does require a e-signature on via cell phone or however, iPad, laptop, they can do it very easily. All right, so you can text or email it to them. But for dental and vision, we don't need any type of signature. We don't need anything. All right, application goes through. So you click submit, that'll submit the application, and then you're good to go. Nothing else that you need to do unless making sure that they sign for the accident product. So boom, only took a couple minutes, if that.
Thanks for your time. I love this. I gotta go back and process. I'm thinking about my life right now. So definitely I'm not sure who here has it or doesn't have it. But definitely you can reach out to me after this. And you also have access to Ken too as well. Mr.
Yep.
Ken Hill, right? But
Let's
definitely I'm excited about this to be in our portfolio. I think that accident, I actually really like that. That's really good. So think about it, and what things are out there. And thanks for your time, Ken, and anybody else if you got anything to mention.
Sure, I was gonna say, I think what I see is the only one on the call that's ready to sell today is Lori, but she's ready to rock.
Right.
So yeah, guys, reach out if you need anything. We're here to help.
So Cedric, what do we need to send to you to
I'll
get this?
I'll call you right after this.
Okay,
Yep.
thanks.
Okay.
Awesome, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Thank you.